Okay, fellow Alpha Radar traders, it's the 14th of July, and the market opened up, gap down huge today, but now it's clawing back. It looks like the NASDAQ is actually going to go positive. Everything was down like almost 2% earlier. Even the S&P is coming back a little bit, still down though. I took this sell-off. I took the opportunity to take some positions off. So the first one here is this U.S. Bancorp USB straddle. You can see in sympathy with some earnings out of the banks that were less than stellar. USB just sold off pretty aggressively today with the outside of our band of profitability. All right, so this was on June 28th. We had bought the July 15th 47.50 puts for $1.70, and then we bought the July 15th 47.50 calls for 95 cents. So today I managed to get out all on the put side, obviously, and that was for about a 33% return on the straddle. Okay, this was at the close yesterday after I had recorded the video. So this trade went on yesterday. I put the bear put vertical involved on Micron Technology and used the ticker. Again, the stock is in a downtrend. I like to see that the 20-day moving average is below the 50-day moving average, both sloping lower. And this thing has come up and is now testing this 20-day moving average, which has acted as resistance in the past. So I went with the bear put vertical on this one. Here I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty in my spreadsheet here, because for some reason my system isn't pulling in the contract price. I don't know, it's in red. So anyway, I'm gonna have to watch this manually. But anyway, I had sold the August 26th 56 strike price puts for $230, and then I bought the August 26th strike price 58 puts for $315, looking to capture that downside. I'll work on this and try to get this thing working properly. It looks like maybe these prices have populated. So here's Walt Disney DIS in a major downtrend, can't seem to break its 20-day moving average to the upside at sloping negative. It's below the 50, which is sloping negative, so the thing is in a total downtrend. Looks like a real piece of crap at this point. We put the bear put vertical. I actually took some profits on it once, twice, and today is the third time I took the profits, and I closed out the entire position. So here on this original trade, we did it on July 8th, right? And we had sold the August 19th 85 puts for $1.49, and we bought the August 19th 95 puts for $4.35. So again, I sold this in 3 separate blocks. So the first sale, we made 23.4% on it. The second sale, which we did yesterday, we made 46.2%, and today I sold the remainder of the position and made about 60% return on that one. So net with the entire thing, we're looking at around a 38% return as I was scaling out. All right, General Motors. General Motors, we went long the puts here, and it sold off pretty good this morning. It has since rallied back somewhat, but it's still down 1.3% on the day. So I had actually unwound this entire position today. So you can see here, I did it in 3 separate blocks, right? So the first batch, well, first we had bought the August 19th 33 strike price puts, and we bought them for $229. Now, on the 11th, I sold some at $276. Then yesterday, I sold some more at $325, and this morning I closed out the position for $330. So that gives us a 20% return on the first trade, 42% on the second, 44% on the third. So if you aggregate that all together, we're looking at about a 33% return on the trade. All right, APTV, we went along the puts here. Stock is in a downtrend. I'm just going over the chart patterns that I really like here. This one here is riding its 20-day moving average down, which is below its 50-day, in a downtrend. I really like that. So we went long puts here. So here we originally put the position on in June 29th, and we had bought the August 19th 90 strike price puts for $590. Now, okay, yeah, so yesterday I sold half for $709, which represents about a 20% return, and today I unwound the remainder of the position for $748, and that represents about a 27% return. So, you know, looking at around 22-23% total return on this trade. Caesars Entertainment. Oh look, the market is catching a bid here. The Nasdaq is now up 0.2%, and the S&P is really clawing back. Wicked inflation prints, but again, it is backward looking. If you look at the CPI and the PPI, it's really looking in the rearview mirror. I think we made the case that a lot of the forward indicators, the lead market indicators, indicating that inflation's coming in. So who knows? Maybe the market is getting wise to the notion. I don't know. Anyway, here's CZR. We went long puts against stocks in a major downtrend. So I broke CZR Caesar into 3 different sells. So we originally put the position on. It was June 29th. We bought the August 19th $40 strike price puts for 405. And over the course of the past several days, I sold one batch at 535, 503, and 520. So in the end, that aggregates to be around about 28% total return on that trade. Market is continuing to go higher. Look at this. We're catching the bid. The S&P 500 may go positive here. RCL, cruise lines. No one wants to take a cruise today. It's down 3.6%. We're long puts, so that works in our favor. I ended up closing out the entire position after, again, I'm scaling out of these as they're coming in. I'm kind of learning my lesson here because I feel like I was getting out of the major winners to the downside too quickly. So I'm taking my time, scaling out over a couple of days. So here's RCL. We originally put the trade on June 29th. We had bought the August 19th 35 strike price puts. Now again, on the 11th, we sold some for 30% return. Then on the 13th, we sold some for a 20% return. And today, I unwound the rest for about a 23% return. So, we're right there. Call it 20% or so that we made on the trade. Akamai came in hard. This was a good call, right? Clearly in a downtrend. This 20-day moving average is acting as resistance. We went long the puts here, and that definitely worked in our favor. I took half off already, but I closed out the remainder today. So for today, we had bought the August 19th 90 strike price puts for 451. I sold them today for 580. That's about a 29% return on the trade. Here's PayPal. I must have traded PayPal at least 4 or 5 times. And I think I made money on every turn. So here it is in a downtrend, nasty downtrend. Obviously all the money we made was to the downside with PayPal. I ended up closing out the rest of I think I took half off yesterday, and I took the remaining half off this morning. Yeah, so I took half off yesterday for about a 24% gain. So this morning we had originally sold the August 19th $60 strike price puts for 179. We had bought the August 19th $70 strike price puts for 490, and today I unwound the remainder of that position and made about 20% on that trade. All right, here's a match. Really breaking down today. Broke its support. Could be heading lower. This thing is in a downtrend. You can see here it did have some support right around here, just sub 70, but today broke through. Having a lousy day, down 3.6% as we speak. We had put the bear put vertical on this. I think we also put on the bear call spread expiring tomorrow, so we're going to be able to collect some premium on this as well. But let's go over this trade here. So I sold half of this position this morning. So here we had sold the August 19th 67.50 puts for 295, and we had bought the August 19th 72.50 puts for 486, and today I sold half for 44% return on the money, and the other half, which is still open, is actually up 72%. I might go in there and just take the rest of that profit. We'll see. Boston Properties, BXP, stock looks like a piece of shit, right? Severe sell-off here. These moving averages are really sloping hard to the downside. Down 1.3% today. We put the bear put vertical on this. I took half of the position off today for a profit. So here we had sold the August 19th 75 strike puts for 64 cents, and we had bought the August 19th 85 strike puts for 240. And today I sold out of half of the position for, call it a 28% return. And the remaining position that I do have open is now up. We're up about 47, 48%, 49% now. It just changed. See that? So yeah, I'm gonna have to readdress this and maybe take some of these profits. Intercontinental Exchange Ice Baby. We had the bear put vertical. Stock did come in this morning, although it is coming back off the lows. I took half off. And I didn't take that much of a profit on this one, only because I don't like the way the stock is acting down here. If you take a look, it seems to have found some support here. And this technically made a higher low. So this thing could be bottoming, basing, whatever. I mean, I would need to see a breakout either direction from here. I mean, odds are with the downtrend, this thing's going to keep heading lower. But I decided to unwind at least half of this until I can see where this thing is going to be going. So we had sold the August 19th 85 strike price puts for 109. We had bought the August 19th 95 strike price puts for 380. Today I sold half that position for an 11% return. eBay, bear put vertical. This thing is trending lower. It is lower today. Going in our direction. Given the market weakness, again, I decided to take some profits. Never get hurt taking profits. That's what I've always been taught. So yeah, we took some off. Right, so we had sold the August 19th 37.50 puts for 63 cents. We went ahead and bought the August 19th 42.50 puts for $1.96, and I sold half that position today. Call it a 14% return. Here's Philip Morris. I'm really happy with this trade, right? We went in here. So here's that head and shoulders formation. It broke through that one day right here through the neckline to the downside. And I said I was anticipating, at least from the head to the neckline, we should see further decline from the neckline down here where it's going to find some support around 86. Well, today it dropped all the way down here to 88. Very close. Major breakdown here. Technical analysis does work. I took half the position off. This was the bear put vertical that we had put on. And I took kind of an oversized position in this one too, so I'm happy about that. Only because I was just so convinced with the chart pattern that I took a little bit bigger position than I normally would have, and it's working out. That's good. So I sold half of this. So we originally sold the August 19th 85 puts for $1, and we had bought the August 19th 92.50 puts for $3.10. Today I unwound half for a 47.6, call it a 48% return, and the remainder of that position that I still have open is now up 50%. So I'm going to give it another day or two, see where we go, but I'm definitely going to book a profit on this one. Penn National Gaming, bear put vertical. Stock is in a major downtrend, off its lows today, but definitely looks like it's rolling over. I wouldn't be surprised to see if it retested its levels down here, wherever this low is. Looks like the 27 level or so. I took half of it off today, and I just want to see where it goes, because it is still below its 20-day, which is below its 50-day, and it seems like this MACD is still rolling over. So lots of weakness here, weakness in momentum. Took half off. We'll see where the other half goes. So at the Penn, we had sold the August 19th 25 strike price puts for 87 cents, and we had bought the August 19th 30 strike price puts for $2.45. Today I sold half for a 27% return, and I got the other half working, so we'll see where it goes. Here's Wells Fargo trading down in sympathy with the banks on bad earnings, although way off the lows. Really, that's a really strong comeback for the company. Anyway, I sold half of this morning, and considering that it's still trading below its 20-day, which is below its 50-day, the downtrend remains in place. You can see the MACD histogram here is decreasing momentum. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit longer, but I did take half off. So we had sold the August 19th 32.50 puts for 53 cents. I had bought the August 19th 37.50 puts for $1.71, and I sold half today for an 11% return. And I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop with this one. Comcast, bear put vertical. I took half this position off today, only because the market came down so hard and I wanted to book some profits. But this thing clearly looks like it's rolling over, right? Look at the MACD histogram. It's coming in. It's been sitting on its 20-day moving average forever, and it just can't seem to break through. the 50-day has acted as resistance. So I took half off, and I'm going to wait and see if this thing can come back and at least retest the previous lows. We originally sold the August 19th 32.50 puts for 23 cents, and we had bought the 37.50 puts. These are the August 19th for 96, and today unwound half of this combination for call it a 14% return. Okay, PPG. Here's one I traded in the past to the downside, made some money. Stock sold off this morning, but it has since really, it's off its lows. It's really come back pretty aggressively. So with the long puts, I sold this position, even though I believe that it looks like it's rolling over. You can see here the MACD is still in a downtrend. It's below its 20, which is below its 50, so downtrend remains in place, but I took this one off. Here we had bought the August 19th 115 puts for $5.70. I got out of them today for $6.50, 14% return. Johnson Controls looking really ugly. We had put the bear put vertical. I think we were profitable on the very first day we put these on because it's just done nothing but head lower as we put it on. The MACD hasn't even gone into negative. The histogram hasn't even gone into negative territory yet. So ugly downtrend. You can see here the 50 and the 20 sloping down aggressively. Pretty ugly. Wouldn't want to be buying this company here. Took half off the bear put vertical. So originally sold the August 19th 42.50 puts for 54 cents, and then we had bought the 47.50 puts for $1.96, and I got out today for about a 34% return. Wow, the market is continuing to go higher. This market wants to go higher today. Look at Boeing is up 2%, AMD is up 2%, even Tesla's coming back to flat. What the heck is going on here? The NASDAQ is now up 0.5%. And the S&P is about to go positive. Lots of green shoots here, huh? Okay. MGM. I'm actually, given the market reaction, I'm pretty happy I took all these profits to the downside this morning. MGM. Bear put vertical. I closed out this position today. So here we had sold the August 19th 26 puts for 98 cents. We had bought the August 19th puts, $29 strike price for $202. Today I unwound the remainder of the position for about 14%. Made 20 on the first batch. So let's call it about a 17% return on the trade. I'm going to pull this over right here. So here's the SPYs, right? So this is going to represent the action of the S&P 500. Gap down huge, and here we are. We started climbing. We had this big pop here. Kind of pulled back a little bit. Now here we are, and looking like we were about to go positive on the day. I did a very small day trade in the SPY contracts, and I had bought puts. So I had bought puts like right around here, and as this thing started coming in, I ended up taking the profit. So I scaled out in multiple trades, but I'm going to go over what I did today. I'm pretty happy I closed out where I did because, boy, kind of wish I went long the calls here. That would have been a money maker. We'll see. All right, so with that day trade SPY contract trade, I had bought the July 15th expiring tomorrow 375 puts. I paid $2.62 for them. So as the market started coming in and the puts started going higher, I ended up scaling out. My average price going out of the trade was $3.24. So that represents about call it a 25% return on that trade. Here's a new one that I just put on today. I was so busy taking profits today that didn't really get a chance to do many trades. But this is one of the new ones. Not really working out too well for me now. The stock was down when I did it. Now it's up 2.4%. Bear put vertical on Teradyne. So again, stock is in a downtrend, trading below the 20-day, although it's testing the 20-day right now. 20 days below the 50-day. MACD histogram looks like it wants to roll over. So I put the bear put vertical on this one. So today I had sold the August 19th 75 strike price puts for $1.49, and I had bought the August 19th 85 strike price puts for $4.10, And yeah, look, I'm down almost 20% in the trade already. That sucks. It's all right. I'll make it back. Tomorrow is options expiration. I got a ton of stuff coming off that's going to be worthless. This was that whole experiment that I did with the unusual option trading activity, and that turned out to be an epic fail. Epic fail. Yeah, so I'm going to take a lot of losses tomorrow, just stuff that's expiring worthless. Stuff that if you look at the chart, it doesn't make sense. I'll go through it with the video tomorrow, but I have some work to do this month. I have to, obviously do some trades here and there, try to book the profits where I can. Yeah, so if you include all the losses that I'll be taking tomorrow, I'm going to be down for the month. I might be down like 3% or so, which is terrible because the market is not down that much. I think after today, the market may even be kind of flattish for the month. So I have some work to do, right? This is not passive radar trading. This is alpha radar trading. I got to beat the market. I got to be positive. All right. S&P tried to go positive. Seems like it's breaking down a little bit now. All right, tomorrow, big day, options expiration. Until then, see ya.